Donald Trump is visibly nervous about the disastrous state of his economy, such that when he was confronted to his face by a reporter about tomorrow's impending jobs report, Trump would not commit to accepting the data as credible. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, Donald Trump is currently feeding. He is having some sort of feast with big tech giants like Mark Zuckerberg of Meta and Bill Gates. And during the course of the conversation, Trump engaged with reporters, and there were multiple questions about tomorrow's jobs report. Take a look at how Trump responded.
Thank you, Mr. President. Tomorrow we have a jobs report coming out, the first since the BLS commissioner who you fired won't be there. A lot of people will be turning to you to see if you believe the data that's released. Can you commit to saying the data will be credible?
The number, I don't know, they come out tomorrow, but the real numbers that I'm talking about are going to be whatever it is, but will be in a year from now when these monstrous, huge, beautiful places, the palaces of genius, and when they start opening up, you're seeing, I think you'll see job numbers that are going to be absolutely incredible. Right now it's a lot of construction numbers, but you're going to see job numbers like our country has never seen before. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you,
See how quickly he wanted to change the topic, right? And now he's moving the goalposts. Remember, when he was campaigning, he promised that overnight, after he was inaugurated, he would make meaningful changes to the American economy. He would instantly reduce inflation. He would instantly cut costs. He would instantly resolve all sorts of wars, for example. Now he's saying he doesn't trust the data. He's so uncomfortable about the data. He's so terrified about what tomorrow's jobs report will show that he's saying, well, even though I fired the person that I claim without evidence was falsifying, fudging the numbers to make me look bad, you know, the real jobs numbers are going to be in a year. Oh, so your economic masterpiece won't be in 24 hours or even 6 months. It's going to take another year, a year and a half, because we're already halfway through the first year. He's saying in a year. So it'll be a year and a half before your economic genius takes hold. What an indictment. What a moving of the goalpost. Again, you can see why he's so damn nervous, because he knows the macroeconomic data does not support what he's talking about. He was also asked about his Health and Human Services Secretary, RFK Jr., who, of course, as we discussed in a previous video, had a fairly disastrous performance in front of the Senate. This is how he responded.
That effectively we're denying people vaccines. Do you have full confidence in what RFK Jr. is doing?
Well, I didn't get to watch the hearings today, but he's a very good person. He's and he means very well, and he's got some little different ideas. I guarantee a lot of the people at this table like RFK Jr., and I do. But he's got a different take, and we want to listen to all of those takes. But I heard he did very well today. But it's not your standard. It's not your standard talk, I would say, that, and that has to do with medical and vaccines. But if you look at what's going on in the world with health, and look at this country also with regard to health, I like the fact that he's different. Okay.
So he was asked specifically, do you have full confidence in him? And he refused to answer. Oh, he's a nice guy. He means well. He's different. Next question. So again, he's just becoming increasingly uncomfortable with bad news and confronting bad news. And he has a lot of bad news to confront. In this question, Trump was confronted about the fact that there's reporting that he is conspiring with incumbent corrupt mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, as well as the Republican nominee, in the New York City mayoral race, to get them to withdraw, so that it would be between Democratic primary winner Zoran Mamdani and former New York Mayor Andrew Cuomo to maximize the chances that Cuomo would win. Mamdani would still be favored in that case, but it would reduce the gap between them. Again, reporting that Trump is effectively meddling in the election. So he was confronted about that. Here's his answer.
Or encouraging any candidates in the New York City mayor's race to drop out, declare the field?
No, I don't like to see a communist become mayor, I will tell you that. And I don't think you can win unless you have one-on-one, because somehow he's gotten a little bit of a lead. I have no idea how that happened, but I'd prefer.
Or encourage.
So, yes, right now it's a multi, race election. You have the Democratic nominee, you have the Republican, which is Mamdani, you have the Republican nominee, which is Silva, you have two independents, Andrew Cuomo and the incumbent mayor, Eric Adams. It's their right to run. This idea that it can only be a one-on-one, that's absurd. You can have a plurality race, which is what we have, a pluralistic race. And by the way, Mamdani is not a communist. And if we're going to call Mamdani a communist simply because he wants a few, not every grocery store, but a few state-run, New York City-run, city local government-run grocery stores throughout New York City, the biggest city in the country, just a handful. If that constitutes communism, then Trump demanding 10% of the equity stake in Intel, an American company, that's Marxist command economy, communist bullshit, the likes of which we've never seen, and infinitely more egregious than anything you can attribute to Zoran Mamdani. And it's Donald Trump who did that. So Trump shouldn't be throwing stones in this glass house. Here's another clip.
But I'd prefer not to have a communist mayor of New York City. No idea how that happened. But I'd prefer not to have a communist mayor of New York City. And, that's what he is based on his policy, if you look at his statements in the past.
Again, not true. That's a misrepresentation of it. And again, if that's the case, then what's Trump by definition? So yeah, folks, I mean, this is just where we are. Donald Trump is very upset, very nervous about the current state of his economy in particular, and the fact that his administration, despite all of his bluster, has been an abject failure. I mean, he's the least popular president in the history of presidential polling, rivaled and exceeded only by himself in his first term. So again, it still counts. And he's underwater on every major policy area, including the economy. It doesn't seem to be getting any better. Now, could it? I suppose Donald Trump has bent and warped political gravity to an extent that we've never seen from any other conventional politician, that's for sure. But right now, it's not good, and you can tell that he is visibly nervous about this. And listen, it's entirely possible that tomorrow's jobs report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics is good. It wouldn't be the first time that, like the ADP, which is what we talked about in previous videos, or in a video earlier today, the ADP report, which examines private payrolls, private sector payrolls, it was pretty bad. But it's possible the BLS jobs report, which is more complete, generally speaking, will show a different story. It's not the first time that there would be discrepancy, but here's the problem. Trump fired the Bureau of Labor Statistics commissioner, right? And received pushback from the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, Fox News business analysts, conservative economists, conservative fiscal commentators, because they said that, the BLS commissioner was not only eminently qualified, but there was no basis to fire this person. And what Donald Trump has done, far greater than any other president, is now politicized the BLS data, which means people will have less reason to trust the BLS data moving forward. So let's say tomorrow's jobs report actually is surprisingly good. Do we have any valid reason to believe that those numbers are legitimate? We have more reason to believe that they're not legitimate because Trump has politicized the process. He has sent a signal to the people at BLS. If you don't give me the numbers I like, I will fire you. And so it says something, though, that despite even that, even Trump is like, shit, I still don't know. I still don't know if the numbers are going to be good tomorrow. He can't guarantee it. So he won't commit to accepting the jobs numbers. But here's what I will tell you. If tomorrow's jobs numbers are good, Donald Trump, the Trump administration, will be touting those numbers, even though a month ago, the same body responsible for collating these numbers and putting these numbers together, they were condemning. It's a simple, childlike understanding of the world. Anything good, he gets the credit for. It's all him. Anything bad, it's other people's fault or it's fake. And we have to reject that, and we have to call it out if and when it happens tomorrow. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.